She pushed the court. The court pushed back. Blake Lively's legal war just took a sharp turn. A federal judge ordered her to hand over 3 years of business records. Income, expenses, contracts, all laid bare. That's not Hollywood gossip, that's receipts. And when Blake tried to seize the narrative by filing more arguments, the court didn't just ignore her, it told her to withdraw her letter. The message was clear. This isn't her stage. Meanwhile, the case got murkier. A Daily Mail reporter, whose words were used as ammunition, admitted he made a mistake, changing assault to harassment, and then claimed he'd been pressured. His back and forth turned a messy case into a circus. Add to that, Blake announcing a brand new Lionsgate movie in the middle of this storm, sparking backlash online, and whispers of a fallout with Taylor Swift that fans say might even echo in her next album. This isn't just a lawsuit anymore. It's a Hollywood meltdown playing out in real time. The judge's order is simple. Blake has 7 days to hand over every piece of financial documentation from January 2022 through today. 3 years of records, contracts, invoices, profits, losses, brand deals. This isn't speculation or testimony, it's data. Why does this matter? Because her entire case hinges on damages. Blake claims her career was smeared, that Baldoni's team waged a campaign to undercut her reputation. If those records show her income dipped, her opportunities dried up, or deals collapsed, that supports her case. But if the opposite is true, if her career stayed strong or even grew, then her entire narrative weakens. Both sides will spin the same spreadsheets differently. Baldoni's team will point to steady numbers and argue she's thriving. Lively's team will highlight any dip or canceled deal as proof of sabotage. That's why this deadline matters more than any headline. It's a court-ordered reality check. Do the numbers help her or haunt her? It also raises the stakes for Blake herself, because once those numbers are public in court, they're fair game for scrutiny by the press and the public. Every contract, every payment, every endorsement will be weighed against her claims. And in Hollywood, perception is power. A career can survive rumors. But once the hard numbers tell a different story, there's no spinning that away. If Chapter 1 is about money, Chapter 2 is about control. After Blake tried to push a new letter into the case, the judge did something unusual. He told her to withdraw it, not just dismiss it. Withdraw it completely. His reasoning? It wasn't her time to speak. The procedure had moved on, and her filing jumped the line. For a Hollywood star used to being heard, that's a brutal message. In court, the spotlight doesn't belong to her. It belongs to the rules. The judge also made another critical call. He struck Baldoni's July 31st deposition transcript from the public record. Nearly 300 pages gone. Why? Because it read like a PR play rather than a legal necessity. That's rare. Courts don't often accuse lawyers of trying to play the public. But here, the judge said it outright. The docket isn't a stage for theatrics. The impact is double-edged. For Blake, it means her opponents can't weaponize a deposition to sway public opinion. But for the audience watching, it's also a slap on the wrist to both sides. A reminder that this isn't Twitter, it's a courtroom. This was the moment both sides learned. No matter how famous the names, the judge controls the script inside those walls. Enter James Vituska, a reporter at the Daily Mail, and maybe the most unpredictable character in this entire saga. In June, he signed a sworn declaration. It was supposed to clear things up. Instead, it made everything messier. Originally, his texts had been cited as proof Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan, had told him she was sexually assaulted on set. That's explosive wording. But in his declaration, James admitted he got it wrong. He said Sloan never used those words. What she actually said, according to him, was harassed, not assaulted. One word, completely different weight. That correction should have ended the speculation. Instead, it created a new storm. Soon after, James claimed he was pressured into signing that declaration. He said the Daily Mail pushed him, that he wasn't fully free to tell the truth. And then, almost immediately, he started feeding more information. Texts, emails, behind-the-scenes receipts to bloggers and commentators online. Now, both sides are trying to weaponize him. Blake's team treats his new words as proof Baldoni's lawsuit was built on lies. Baldoni's side paints him as unreliable, flip-flopping under pressure. Is James a whistleblower exposing corruption, or a chaotic reporter changing his story whenever it suits him? This chapter plays because it humanizes the chaos. It's not just lawyers and contracts. It's a journalist admitting he twisted his own words, then hinting he was forced, then leaking receipts. He's the chaos agent in this case, and chaos makes scandal irresistible. While all this is unfolding, Blake is doing what stars do best, signing a new movie. Lionsgate announced she will star in and produce an action romantic comedy called The Survival List. The premise? A reality TV producer stranded with a survivalist guru who turns out to be a fraud. Light, commercial, fun. At least on paper. The timing? Not so fun. Social media split instantly. Fans celebrated the return of movie star Blake, but critics mocked the casting. Posts calling it a doomed project and comments like, "Good luck to the director," went viral. To some, it looked like a power move. To others, it looked like distraction. And here's where it gets sharp. This announcement directly collides with the financial records order. On one side, she's arguing in court that her career was harmed. On the other, she's headlining and producing a studio-backed movie. Both statements can't be true at once. In court filings, she's fighting for credibility and damages. In press releases, she's presenting momentum and career strength. Which one is real? That's why this chapter works. It highlights how Hollywood careers don't pause for lawsuits. But it also shows why those financial records matter so much, because it won't be fan reactions or casting announcements that settle the score. It will be line items, contracts, paychecks. The irony? Every time Blake tries to move forward with her career, the case pulls her back into the past. And every time she claims damages in court, the industry hands her another starring role. Then there's the part fans can't stop talking about: Taylor Swift. For years, Blake and Taylor were inseparable. Family trips, birthday posts, inside jokes. But now, multiple outlets report that the two aren't speaking. The reason? Fans link it directly to this case. During discovery, Taylor's name surfaced in subpoena attempts, and her team pushed back hard. Blake's critics argue that the legal mess made Taylor distance herself. And now, with Taylor's October album, The Life of a Showgirl on the horizon, speculation has exploded over a track titled Ruin the Friendship. Swifties are connecting dots. Is this song a veiled shot at Blake? To be clear, no one close to Taylor has confirmed that. Sources only say the friendship has cooled, but in the court of public opinion, fans don't need confirmation. They just need hints. And in fandom culture, those hints turn into entire narratives. When friends become rumors, the fallout spreads beyond the case. This is the perfect closer chapter before the outro. It broadens the story beyond Blake versus Baldoni, showing how the ripples touch the biggest star on the planet. And whether or not Taylor ever confirms it, the speculation alone keeps Blake in the headlines. Exactly where she doesn't want to be right now. So, where does this leave Blake Lively? The court has forced her to turn over hard evidence, numbers that can't be spun. It has struck flashy filings and silenced her attempts to seize the narrative. Her supposed smoking gun witness turned into a chaos agent, rewriting his own role in the scandal. She's launching a new movie that says her career is thriving, while arguing in court that it's damaged. And the friend who once stood by her side in every headline, Taylor Swift, is now the center of speculation about a fallout. This isn't just a legal battle anymore. It's a collision of money, image, and loyalty. The judge controls the filings, the press controls the spin, the fans control the noise. And Blake? She's caught in the middle, fighting to prove which version of her story survives.